Good afternoon and thanks for having us in. Early Sunday morning, Sioux Falls police responded to a report about gunshots at an apartment building near Meldrum Park on East 5th Street. Police report that they found 6 shell casings outside that apartment building. One bullet was reported to have gone through an apartment and several bullets had damaged the wall of the building. None of the 6 people inside were injured. The Sioux Falls Police Department is still investigating. And the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe just posted this photo to Facebook. This is 54-year-old Damon Aberly. He last was known to be at a substation southwest of Dupree on Friday. If you have any information, call the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe Dispatch. Local animal rescue is struggling to keep up with demand. Almost Home Canine Rescue in Sioux Falls has seen only 6 dogs adopted during the first 2 weeks of 2023 and is currently at capacity.
We don't have a facility. All the animals are in foster homes, and that's kind of where we're running into our issue right now is donations are down, adoptions are down, and there are more animals coming into rescue now than ever before.
Almost Home is also seeing an increased number of adopted dogs that are being returned. We'll hear from a professional dog trainer about the issue this afternoon on First at 4. Turning to weather, we once again have snow in our forecast. Let's check in with our friend Adam, who has the details. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Dan. And yeah, you're right. We are going to be talking about snow once again, but not for everybody. The further south and east you go, the more likely you are to see that. But we'll have a lot to talk about in that regard as we head through the next half hour. For now, we'll start with some flurries up toward Aberdeen. As we take a look at our camera from northern state, 21, a north wind though at 13 miles per hour. So we are seeing a bit of a wind chill out there in the low teens and upper single digits. From Aberdeen, we'll head home with a view of Falls Park. 25, a westerly breeze at 14 miles per hour. So again, we are dealing with at least a slight wind chill. It feels like it's in the teens outside. And that cloud cover is just going to really stick around for the rest of your day. We're in the 20s, East River, a couple of low 30s though. Spearfish, Rapid City, and Phillip all at 30, along with Spencer, 31, Valentine, 32, and Pine Ridge. Otherwise, yeah, you're in the 20s and by a healthy margin. The wind is also a little bit of an issue as we have been dealing with a little bit of blowing snow at times to northeastern Keloland. Winds are out of the north around 10 to 15 miles per hour east of the James River Valley. Noticeably calmer, though, as you head to the west. So we do have those little flurries that are trying to hang tough. Watertown to Sisseton, the Britton-Hecla area, Aberdeen as well. But this will all gradually dissipate as we head through the rest of your afternoon and into the evening. Then we get a small break before we keep an eye on what's coming up next. It's not on the map yet. That's the key word, though. It's going to be Wednesday into Wednesday night where we see low pressure develop to our south and then hook up north and east as we give the potential for some decent snow. Sioux Falls points south and east into northwestern Iowa. So we'll talk about that in just a moment, but for the rest of your day today, not a whole lot going on. Cloudy and a little breezy to the southeast with highs in the 20s to near 30. More of the same northeast, a little bit cooler though, in the low to mid 20s. And again, blowing snow will be a concern at times on roads, so be careful as you go about the rest of your day. To the west, not as much wind, but just as much cloud cover. That being said, you'll still get into the 30s and mid 30s at that in several locations. We'll talk about that wintry weather potential to the southeast in a little more detail and the rest of your 7-day forecast coming up.
Thank you, Adam. A healthy meal during the day helps students focus on what they're learning. That's why one program has made it a mission to make sure every student in the West Central School District has a meal to eat. It's called Project 22, which bridges the gap to help families who do not qualify for free and reduced lunch, but also can't afford regular priced lunch every day.
I feel no child should go hungry. Obviously, if kids are hungry, they're concentrating on their stomachs, they're not concentrating on their homework. And we want our kids to be successful in life. You know, we want them to have that healthy meal.
Coming up in tonight's Eye on Keloland, we'll tell you how Project 22 got started and how you can help students too. A new bill has been introduced regarding transgender health care for minors. Representative Bethany Soy and Representative John Hanson introduced the Help Not Harm bill that seeks to prohibit doctors from prescribing cross-sex hormones and performing genital surgery on children. South Dakota now joins the list of 12 other states that have introduced bills targeting transgender minors' health care. Check out this original by Jasmine Jackson. It's online for you right now at KELOLAND.com. Police in Albuquerque, New Mexico say a Republican candidate who lost his bid for a state house seat in the November elections is the man behind a series of shootings at the homes of elected Democrats. Skylar Henry reports from Washington.
A SWAT team took 39-year-old Solomon Pena into custody in Albuquerque, New Mexico Monday. Police called him the mastermind behind a series of shootings targeting the homes of 4 local Democratic officials that began in December. Police say the former Republican candidate conspired with 4 men to commit the crimes.
Solomon Pena reached out and contracted someone for an amount of cash money to commit at least 2 of these shootings. The addresses of these shootings were communicated over phone.
Police say in one case, Pena went with the men to the home of a state senator and tried to use an AR handgun, but it malfunctioned. Pena has a criminal history. Lawmakers in New Mexico tried to bar him from running for the state house seat after he served prison time for burglary and larceny convictions. Investigators say Pena complained he felt the election was rigged, posting back in November that he stands with Trump and he never conceded his race. The Democratic mayor of Albuquerque called these shootings an example of radicalism.
They were dangerous attacks not only to these individuals, which is personally the most terrifying for them, but fundamentally also to democracy. That is why this is so terrible.
No one was hit in any of the shootings. Skylar Henry, CBS News, Washington.
In one case, several bullets passed through the bedroom of a state senator's 10-year-old daughter. And lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are demanding more information on classified documents found at President Joe Biden's former office in his home in Delaware. House Republicans had asked to see visitor logs of the president's personal residence, but a White House spokesman told CBS News they don't exist due to, quote, his personal residence being personal. So far, roughly 20 classified documents have been found at Mr. Biden's home and former office that the White House says were immediately handed over to the National Archives. A special counsel has been appointed to investigate the handling of the documents.